Do you know what's your youngest memory that you have? Can you remember? Like
I was trying to do that this week.
I did this before, and I don't remember how old I was, but I remember I was in Louisiana, so I must have been whew, like below 6, but I was young. I
Mhm.
remember I could walk, but barely. This is how crazy it is. I don't know. So when do kids start walking nowadays? You probably know this better than me.
Around a year.
Oh, so I don't think I was that young. I would say because I could walk, but I remember I wasn't that great. I have a memory of me not walking very great.
Mhm.
So maybe 2 to 6, somewhere in there.
Yeah, a lot of people it's 3. Around
For
when
their first
language
memories.
develops. Yeah.
Okay, so that makes me feel better because I always thought like,
Mhm.
is there any way I remember 2? Like, but maybe I did.
Maybe.
I remember going to a bar in Louisiana to like with my brother Colin, and I think my sister was there. But in my memory, it was just Colin. And I remember going there. It was the bar down the street from our trailer, because my mom worked there, but would also go drink there. Like, and she was just missing one day. And so as that young of a kid,
You
like
guys went looking for
we
her.
went looking for her. And I remember they let us in the bar. Like I remember walking in, like, there's Carol's kids. Where's Carol? And they like went around looking for her. And we just kind of hung out there. One of the bartenders came out and said, "Hey, look,"
Give you a drink.
he didn't give us a drink.
Oh.
But he did say, hang out. They took us behind the bar to the quieter area. We hung out, waited. And then one of my mom's boyfriend at the time's family members had to come pick us up. But I remember that. And I remember like not being able to walk. Maybe he did give me a drink. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think I was just young. I remember I didn't walk very well. I remember at least, or maybe the memory was just like kind of hazy like that. Either way, I'm like, I was thinking of that recently. I'm like, that's my youngest memory. I think I don't think I can think of anything younger. Could you think of anything while I was talking?
No,
No,
I was trying to do that, and I couldn't even think of anything that young. Not
no.
even back to 3. I mean, and stories like your parents and people tell you stories that
So
happen.
maybe like sometimes that's part of your
Yeah.
memories. I have a gap in memory because I remember that, but then like you said, I don't remember really anything until like way later on.
Well, because that was a we'll remember and store something that important or scary or something big
That's
like
true.
that
It was
that
pretty
happens.
traumatic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So maybe that's our brains like
because their brain when you're in this fight or flight or you survival mode,
mhm.
your brain opens up and expands and will slow down things and take in all the information and record it.
That makes sense. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I I think it would be a fun career that I was never remotely interested in, but just seeing it as an adult would be like the people that do brain studies and like neurologists or whatever, because it's kind of interesting learning like what the brain does when and how. I read
Mhm.
something one time that the brain, I think, has like a max capacity of like, I think it was like 600 and some names that you can remember at all times. Like if you, that meaning they're fresh on your head. Now
Mhm.
sometimes you see someone and you don't remember their name. It's because your brain met new people since then and it pushed that name out, and then you could sometimes recall it, or if they tell you, but then your brain naturally pushes some other one out, and it's there. It's just not ready for you to like. It's not readily available. But I guess at all times you have like 600 names programmed in your head ready to pull out, whether it's celebrities, doctors, old friends. Like that's kind of crazy, huh?
Mhm.
And if you think about it, we probably all have met or run into over 600 people in our lives. Hey there, subscribers. What do I gotta do to get subscriptions by you? Will you subscribe? It's down below. Hit the red button. No, no, no.